Yeah, what's up, YouTube? How's everything going with you? Was going to go to the Journey show last night in Columbus, but 2.5 hour drive, gas prices with that douchebag in charge, and it snowed. So my location's always been one of the reasons I don't like my life at all. So since I couldn't go to the Journey show, I figured I'll talk about a band that's like Journey, and I thought, why not Bad English? And then I thought, well, short-lived group, bad title, Badlands. Also a super group, short-lived, just like Bad English. So I thought I'd make Bad of the Bone, basically, times two. Bad English, Badlands. Both are very similar. So we'll get it started with Bad English, since I started with talking about Journey. It's basically Journey with John Waite and Ricky Phillips of the Babies. And everything with Neil Sean is always, and Jonathan Cain, short term, if it's not Journey. They can't get along with anybody. They did the same thing with Hardline. They did that all, I don't know if Jonathan Cain was in that group with Sammy Hagar, but Neil Sean was. The HS, whatever, the initial group that had that one album. That was short-lived. Everything with Neil was fucking short-lived because he doesn't get along with anyone. So we'll start it off. Both these bands had their debut album 1989, and this is the Bad English one. I can't get that damn glare. I mean, I need a new setup, but yeah, whatever. Bad English, and this album is really good. It's very, AOR, like Journey, AOR arena rock type style. And whoever got this before me, because I found it at an antique shop, it's beat the shit with ringware. All the ballads, somebody wrote slow, slow, slow. I'm like, no shit, Sherlock, what do you expect? Best of What I Got was one of the singles released from the album. It's a good AOR hard rocker. Heaven is a four-letter word. When I See You Smile, a smash hit written by, I think, Diane Warren. She's like the Michael Jordan of songwriting, like big hits, I should say. Price of Love, another top 10 hit. That was their big hit. Tough Times Don't Last. Yeah, it's just a very Journey-esque types album with John Waite basically on vocals, and Ricky Phillips also from the Babies on bass, but the other three members are Journey. And like the newer Journey stuff, it's really long. It's like 60 plus minutes. And then in 1991, I believe this came out. Yeah, they released Backlash, and they pretty much broke up at the point before it was even released, because like I said, everything with those guys was short-lived. This one not nearly as good. So This Was Eden. Straight to Your Heart was the single. I think it hit the top 40 rock charts, or maybe even pop. It hit the charts somewhere. That was like the only one. Time Stood Still had that good acoustic opening. It's a good ballad. Savage Blue is another good one. Make Love Last, a very good AOR ballad. This one's more ballad heavy, I think, than the debut was. And then, like I said, they broke up after that, and that was pretty much Bad English. And then to go back with Badlands, how Badlands was formed was basically Ozzy's band, and it had a connection with Ozzy of some sort, because Jakey Lee, obviously the guitar player from Bark the Moon, The Ultimate Sin, well, he recruited Ray Guillen. He was in Black Sabbath. I think he even was the singer originally for the Crimson Idol, but I don't know. I don't remember the reason why he left or didn't record. I think you might be able to find some of his demos with that, but I'm not positive. Don't hold me to it. And then you have Greg Chaisson, which was in a band with Joe Holmes, which was later Ozzy's guitar player for one of the Ozfest and one of the live Ozzy's. I'm not sure if it Live and Loud or one of those ones. And he also auditioned for Ozzy's band, but didn't get it, Greg Chaisson. So the only one that wasn't Ozzy or Black Sabbath related was Jeff Martin, who was with Racer X mostly, what he's known for. But he known Greg Chaisson they're from the same area in Phoenix area. So yeah, it's kind of funny. Both bands, super groups, both bands started from other famous bands, and both bands released 2 albums. Badlands released Dusk later on, but it's just demo recordings. that were never released. So, depending on who you ask, if that's counted as a studio record or if it's just an album release from demos and B-sides, then I don't consider it. I mean, it technically is a studio album, but it, demos, so whatever. So they're all parallel. And then Badlands came out, and Jake E. Lee's guitar playing, of course, is one of the best ever. And this album is noted as one of the best guitar playing debuts and just guitar playing 80s hard rock metal albums of all time. You got like Dreams in the Dark, the single, Winter's Call, another single, Hard Driver, that's a good boogie and bluesy hard rock song. Seasons, High Wire. I mean, it's definitely a guitar heavy album naturally, and Ray Guillen's voice is just spectacular as always. So they recorded that album. It was pretty popular, and then a couple years later, Ray Guillen gets sick, but he didn't disclose it. I think he shot up a needle with his gay uncle, and he had HIV. He only did it once, apparently, he said, and caught AIDS. And there was a lot of internal struggle behind the band, and a lot of fans were saying he looked sick and everything. And then Jakey Lee was fighting with Ray, and Ray said, Ray or Jake said, I can't remember, I was reading an interview, and like the second album, Voodoo Highway, which is this one, I got band shot with that. It's pretty cool. And yeah, the damn glare. I'm gonna see if I can fix this. It doesn't really help, no. But yeah, it's Voodoo Highway. Fucking glare on this is so terrible. And this is why I need a different setup. This album was definitely more of a stripped down, bluesy ridden album instead of the more of the hard rock of the debut, which I'm one of the few that prefer this version, this album over the first one. The last time was the single release they made a video for. It's one of the better ones. Shine On, just great blues riffage. Silver Horses, that's another great one from the album. Fire and Rain, which is a weird choice for a cover, but it's like Diamonds of Rust by Judas Priest. It's a great cover. It's one of the best metal covers. In a Dream, that's a great vocal performance. It's only like 2.5 minutes, but Ray Guillen's powerful voice. I mean, overall, I think this is a better record. Most people don't agree, probably. It wasn't pushed by the label because, it was right at the end of the 80s hard rock, hair metal, bluesy hard rock sound, so it's like, yeah. And like I said, Jake and Ray were fighting the whole time, and pretty much this was released, and they had a tour for it, and Ray left, and I think he came back, and they finished part of the tour or all the tour. I can't remember. I think some of it was finished, and then he got sick, and then ended up dying, and they didn't finish the tour. I think that's how it went. And both bands came from such, powerful, big named previous huge acts, and both bands are well respected, but they never lasted long because of the changing scenes, and with Ray and Jake fighting all the time. So yeah, that's the story of both. Ray would end up passing away, I think in 93 or 94, I don't remember the year, and they found those songs from Dusk and released that. And as for Bad English, after their second album, they just went basically back. John Waite would tour by himself. I think the Babies reformed for a while. They're even touring now. I think there's only one member. I think it's a drummer or something. They're coming to Pittsburgh, that's all I know, or they did. It was either recently or they're coming there this year. And yeah, so that's pretty much both bands. Funny how they parallel each other, similarities. And I forgot to show you this, but I have this Bad English Laserdisc, and it's basically a video. It's all videos from the first album and interviews in between each song. And I thought it was pretty interesting. And one thing about it is, this is the only one I have like this. It's really strange. There's not very many made this way. It's a one-sided disc, which makes sense because it's only like a half hour. But if you flip it over, it looks like whiteout. It's pure white, and it's like sticky almost on the edges. It's really strange. So it's like a gooey, well, it's not really gooey anymore, but it's kind of, parts of it's sticky whiteout, so you obviously can't play that. Usually they're both, the typical Laserdisc sides. So yeah, as always, YouTube, I'll put a video here in probably the one I already did 2 comparisons bands before. It was Asphalt Ballet and Wildside. I'll just put that video right here. And let me know if you like these bands, you like these albums. Did you think they were underrated, overrated? Do you have any of these records? Let me know in the comments below. So as always, YouTube, rock on, peace, and I'll see you soon.